Dear students, so already we have discussed the construction and working part of centrifugal pump in last Zoom classes. So I'm here with one of the problem of centrifugal pump, and this problem is from R.K. Bansal, Fluid Machinery book, and I have already shared e-book also by R.K. Bansal with you. So the problem is the internal and external diameters of the impeller of a centrifugal pump are 200 mm and 400 mm respectively. The pump is running at 1200 rpm. The vane angles of the impeller at inlet and outlet are 20 degree and 30 degree respectively. The water enters the impeller radially and velocity of flow is constant. Determine the work done by the impeller per unit weight of water. So, initially we need to find out the given data in the problem. So, the given data is the diameter internal and external of the impeller is given. So, just it is written over here, diameter at inlet, and or we can say diameter, internal diameter and external diameter of the impeller. So D1 is 200 mm, it is converted into meter, 0.2 meter, and D2 is 400 mm, that is 0.4 meter. Next, the pump is running at 1200 rpm, that means this is N, so capital N is equal to 1200 rpm. The vane angles of the impeller at inlet and outlet are 20 and 30 degree. Vane angles means what? The angle made by the relative velocity at inlet and outlet. So it is theta is 20 degree and phi is 30 degree. The water is entering radially, that means the value of alpha is equal to 90 degree, and obviously if alpha is 90 degree, VW1 will be equal to 0. And velocity of flow is constant, that means flow velocity at inlet and outlet will be equal. So it is very important to draw the velocity triangle of any problem you are doing, either it is of centrifugal pumps or it is of turbines. So here you can see that we have a backward curved vane drawn over here. The entry is radial, so this is the angle alpha, that is 90 degree, and this is V1, absolute velocity at inlet, relative velocity VR1, and this is backward curved vane which is moving in this direction, so we have drawn U1, that is tangential velocity in this direction, and the angle with VR1 with U1 is theta over here, that is vane angle. And the perpendicular component of V1 is VF1 and horizontal component of V1 is VW1. Since alpha is equal to 90 degrees, so VW1 will be equal to 0 and V1 will be equal to VF1. So similarly, we can see that this is our outlet velocity triangle. So it is leaving with velocity VR2 with making an angle phi, that is vane angle. This is V2, absolute velocity at outlet. In between V2 and VR2 we have tangential velocity U2. Perpendicular component of V2 is VF2 and horizontal component of V2 is VW2. So basically what we need to find out, we need to find out the work done by the impeller per unit weight of water. And we know that the expression of work done is VW2 U2 by G. And we need to basically find out the value of VW2 U2 so that we can find out the work done. And to find out the value of VW2 U2, that means at outlet velocity triangle we need these data to find out the work done. So for that we need other components to be found out at inlet and outlet also. So just what we'll do, we'll apply simple trigonometry over here to solve the problem. So we can see that at inlet here the value of VF1 is given in the problem. No, it is given that VF1 is equal to VF2 and we have the angle theta over here, right? And U, we know that we can calculate the value of U since the value of diameter is given. We know that U is equal to pi dn by 60. So at inlet, if we want to find out tangential velocity, it will be pi d1 n by 60. So substituting the values which are given in the problem itself over here, we got the value of U1, that is 12.56 meter per second. Similarly, U2 is equal to pi d2 n by 60 and that will be equal to 25.13 meter per second. So U1 we have the value of theta now. So from that, can we calculate VF1? Obviously, just we'll apply simple trigonometry over here and we know that tan theta, if we apply over here, that will be equal to perpendicular by base. So that will be equal to VF1 by U1. So substituting the value over here, we got the value of VF1 is equal to 4.57 meter per second. And it is given in the problem itself that VF1 is equal to VF2. So the same value will be equal to VF2 also. So proceeding further. So from inlet velocity triangle, we have the value tan theta is equal to this. So already we have calculated this. In the last slide also the same thing was mentioned. So we got the value of VF2 is equal to VF1 and that is equal to 4.57 meter per second. So again we need to just apply trigonometry on the outlet velocity triangle also, and tan phi will be equal to VF2 by U2 minus VW2, and substituting the values over here, we got the value of VW2 is equal to this. And now we have the expression of work done by the impeller per kg of water per second, and that is equal to VW2 U2 by G. Substituting all the values we already found out, we got the final answer, that is 44.1 Newton meter per Newton. So this is our problem. So next problem we'll just see over here. So this is a bit typical problem. So we can see that the problem is the internal and external diameter. So directly I'll just go for the given data which is in the problem and what we need to find out. So diameter of the impeller of the centrifugal pump is given, and simultaneously we can see that the speed is also given, that is in RPM. So this is D1, this is D2 and this is capital N, that is speed. Then discharge, that is capital Q, is given in the problem, 0.04 meter cube per second, and velocity of flow is constant. That means VF1 is equal to VF2 and that is equal to 2.0 meter per second. Now the diameter of the suction pipe and delivery pipe of the centrifugal pump is given. So the diameter of the suction pipe, denoted by capital DS, that is equal to 150 mm, that can be written as 0.15 meter, and the diameter of the delivery pipe is given, that is 100 mm, that can be written as 0.10 meter. Now next, suction and delivery heads are given. So small h suffix s, 6 meter absolute, and small h suffix d, that is your delivery head, that is given 30 meter absolute. And outlet vane angle, that is the angle made by VR2, relative velocity at outlet, and that is phi, and that is equal to 45 degree. And power required to drive the pump, again it is also given. So that is capital P is equal to 16.186 kilowatt. Now what we have to determine, vane angle of the impeller at inlet. What is vane angle? Vane angle is at inlet. If it is we need to find out, that means the value of theta is to be determined over here. Overall efficiency we need to calculate, and manometric efficiency of the pump we need to find out. So simple, again we have to apply trigonometry over here so that we can find out the value of theta. And to find out the value of theta, what we need to find out? We need the value of VF1, yes, and we need the value of U1. So tan theta will be equal to VF1 by U1, and if the diameter is given, internal diameter, so we can find out the value of U1, that is pi d1 n by 60, and the value of VF1 is already given in the problem, that is 2 meter per second. So substituting the values, we can find out the value of theta, and that came to be 10 degree 48 minutes over here. So next we need to find out the overall efficiency. So we know that overall efficiency, the expression is this, right? So SP is basically the shaft power, and that is equal to the power which is given in the problem, and here W means that is rho QG, and this is manometric head which is given. So just substituting the values, overall efficiency is equal to rho G QH by 1000 divided by shaft power, that is P. So it can be written as over here like this, and then substituting the values of rest of the things, we know that rho of water is 1000, G is 9.81, Q already given in the problem, and HM we need to find out. Okay, and then the power is already given in the problem, that is 16.186. So from that we got the expression overall efficiency is equal to this. Now we know that this is one of the expression for finding out the manometric head, that is equal to applying the Bernoulli's equation. So that is equal to at outlet, energy at outlet and energy at inlet, right? So this is basically pressure head, velocity head, right? And similarly these are at outlet, and here it is at inlet, and this is the distance from the datum at outlet, and here it is from the datum to the inlet, right? So pressure head, that is already given in the problem, that is delivery head basically, so that is 30 meters. Velocity head at outlet of the pump, that will be equal to, outlet means what, where it is getting delivered, so we can say that it is Vd square by 2G. At inlet the pressure head is given, that will be obviously inlet means we are suction is getting created, and that is basically suction head, and outlet it is delivery head. So suction head is equal to 6 meters, and Vi square inlet means we can write it as suction Vs square by 2G, and the vertical height at outlet and inlet of the pump from datum line, it is Z0 and Zi. And just we are substituting the values which we have already given in the problem in this expression. So from that we are getting HM is equal to 30 plus Vd square by 2G minus 6 plus Vs square by 2G. Now we need to find out the velocity at delivery, at the time of delivery, and here at time of suction, right? So we can say that velocity at the delivery is equal to discharge by area of delivery pipe. We know that Q is equal to AV. So from the continuity equation, Q is equal to AV, we are just trying to find out the value of V suffix D, and discharge already is given in the problem, and for finding out the area of the delivery pipe we have already. So now it will be clear over here. So area of the delivery pipe, pi by 4d square. So this is already given in the problem, right? Diameter of the delivery pipe. So substituting that, we got this as 5.09 meter per second. And similarly, the diameter of the suction pipe is given. We have the value of discharge in the problem, so we can find out the value of Vs also, that is 2.26, and substituting the same in this equation over here, equation number 3,